So there are hundreds of thousands of temporary residents inside Canada. They're either here on their study permits, they might be here on work permit, it could be skilled worker work permits, or even low-skilled worker work permits. There could even be students who have completed their studies and are now working under what we call a postgraduate work permit program. All of these people, right, whether they're students, workers, or postgraduate workers, they can be eligible for permanent residency while they are in Canada. They can transition from those visas into a permanent residency. They could be eligible either for the Federal Express Entry program, or they could even be eligible for provincial nominee programs if they reside in one of those provinces. So this service that we are offering is for those folks. If you are in Canada, you've been working or studying, you can talk to us about your eligibility for transitioning yourself from a temporary resident to a permanent resident. Again, we provide free assessment services. We'll give you an hour of our time. All you got to do is go on our booking page, book a slot, come talk to us, and we will go through your background, see where you are right now in terms of your status in Canada, and we do a score evaluation, and then we also give you strategic direction into which programs you could be eligible for, both at the federal and the provincial level. Even if you're a student right now who has not had their postgraduate work permit yet, come talk to us. We know that you are getting ready to plan your next few years to put you on the pathway to PR, and we can help you make sure that you are on the right track. We build off of that initial consultation, and we go into a very customized, detailed document checklist for you to execute. And then we will review those documents. We'll make sure that they are aligned with best practices that, based on our experience, we know works with IRCC. You will have a great direct access to us via WhatsApp, phone, email. You can call us at any time, and we directly work with clients on a one-to-one basis throughout this process, and we ensure that no mistakes are being made, because folks who are in Canada on temporary residence have already done a lot of work to get there, and they've invested a lot of time and resources into transitioning from their previous country to Canada, and a lot of them do it with the mindset that they are eventually going to transition into PR. You don't want to come to that stage and mess it up. It's very much possible to make even minor details on a permanent residency application can result in failure. So if you work with us, we are going to make sure that even the most minute detail is covered and that you are on the right track. So the unique thing about our core offer for temporary residents inside Canada is that we don't just leave you once you've obtained your PR. Because now the next stage is, what are the rules that you need to follow to make sure that you are going to get your citizenship? So we give you a very detailed consultation. We go over the rules of how you need to maintain your permanent residency. There are very strict residency obligations that a permanent resident needs to meet in order to qualify for citizenship. We walk the client through what those rules are, what decisions they need to avoid, because it is possible for you to lose your permanent residency. It can happen through criminal acts, for example. It can happen if you don't spend enough time in Canada, for example, and you actually have to log all the days that you've been in Canada once you get to permanent residency stage, so that you qualify for a citizenship. So if a client gets a permanent residency through us, within the same contract, within the same offer, we also provide post-PR guidance and counseling on how to make sure that they are on track to get their citizenship. And then we periodically check in with them to make sure that they are not violating any rules. So that is included in our offer, post-PR service, in terms of what you got to do to make sure that you're set up to get Canadian citizenship within the next, 3 to 5 years. Look, I think our offer is very unique. For example, if you are a student who is about to graduate and is eligible for a postgraduate work permit, and then it ultimately wants to transition into PR, you can come and talk to us even at that stage. In fact, if you sign with us for this service, we will do your postgraduate work permit for the same cost included. So you come to us, maybe you're graduating in 2 months, we will work with you, we'll file your postgraduate work permit free of cost. And then we will stay with you to make sure that you are meeting the bare minimum points strategy that we recommend to you and get you your permanent residency. And then after your permanent residency, we will also counsel you on how to stay on track to get your citizenship. So for one price, you are getting 3 different legal services: postgraduate work permit, PR, and citizenship. Now, if you already have a postgraduate work permit, that's fine. You just come to us at the stage where you're close to applying for your PR. You've done so much work and now you want to make sure that you're on the right track. So, we can just work on your permanent residency. If after the permanent residency, you just need a quick consultation about what you need to do to make sure that you're on track for citizenship, but you don't want any further services, that's fine too. So we support you from A to B in one price. If you are here on a temporary resident visa, you are either a student, a worker, or a postgraduate worker. These are the 3 categories of people that we are talking to right now. And what I want to say to them is, you have already done so much hard work. You've invested so many resources. You've taken such a big risk to transition into your life in Canada. Now you are so close to that ultimate goal. The whole reason why you came here was to make sure that you obtain that all-important permanent residency. It's really easy to mess that up. Do not try to do it on your own. You don't want to waste all the years of sacrifice and hard work just to come at the final stage and then not do things the right way. So I encourage everybody who are close to that stage to come and talk to us and see if we can work together to make sure that you reach the final destination with full confidence. So that's my message to them.